Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Huda, and I want to presentation about Big Task 1, Module 1 and 3. Sorry, it's a typo. Module 1, about computers and simple present tense. Simple present tense is used to give opinions, to talk about schedule, to talk about routine, and to give facts. Simple present tense have this formula: person, first person. If it's singular, it will be I walk. If it plural, it will be we walk. And second person or spoken to, if singular, it you walk, and plural you walk. Have the same. Singular or plural, it's same, you and you. And then the third person spoken about, singular, he walks or he doesn't walk. It positive and negative, and it's for men. And the plural is they walk. And then it's for girls or woman, she walks and she doesn't walk. And it's for noun, it walks and it doesn't walk. And then it's example for simple present tense. To give an opinion, I like vegetables, you had lying, he doesn't like roses, traffic is terrible in morning. Traffic is a singular because it can be counted by like 1, 2, 3, because there are many cars, so it can count. And then example for to talk about routines. I usually wake up at 7. He washes his car once a week. She doesn't go to school on Saturdays. It usually sleeps at night. We play basketball in the evening. They go to church every Sunday. Example to give facts. The sun rises in the east. The earth revolves around the sun. The sun doesn't revolve around the earth. That business sells computers. Those businesses sell computers. What is a computer? A computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data, or can store, retrieve, and process data. Computer can use to type documents, send emails, and browse the internet. Also to handle spreadsheets, accounting, database management, presentation, games, and more. And computers stands for C for common, O for operating, M for machine, P for purposely, U for use for, technological, E for education, R for research. Computer is we input something like maybe typing something like maybe my name Huda, and then the computer will process and the output my name. When I type Huda, it will come to this laptop, the monitor. This is CPU, this is keyboard, monitor, and this is the mouse. And all this is hardware. This is example for hardware and software. Hardware like what is CPU, monitor, speaker, and etc. It's physical for computer, basic. And then this is software. For example, Windows, Android, Gmail, Chrome, Word, PowerPoint, Java, and etc. It's a tools when we can use for the computer or program in the computer. We can be used. What is computer? And this is the revolution about computer when 1960 it the like this, and then be this, and now it like this. Okay, model 3, active and passive voice. Verbs and voice. Voice is the form of verb text to indicate whether the subject of the verb performed to receive the action. There are two types of voice, active voice and passive voice. Active voice indicates that the subject of the verb is acting. The subject does or acts upon the verb in such sentences. The sentences are said to be in the active voice. This example shows that the subject is doing the verb's action. The dog jumped onto the boy. The dog in here is subject, is doing the jumping. This jumping is verb. And another example, Christy will give a book report to the class. Christy in here is subject, is doing the giving. Giving here is verb. And then another example too, the computer ate my paper. The computer is subject, is doing the eating. Eating here is verb. Passive voice. In a passive voice sentence, the subject and object flip-flop. The subject becomes the passive recipient of the action. The subject is being acted upon or is passive. Such sentences are said to be in the passive voice. These examples show the subject being acted upon by the verb. The boy jumped on by the dog. Boy is subject, was being jumped on is verb. A book report will be given by Christy to the class. Report is subject, will be given, being verb, be given. And then my paper was eaten by the computer. Paper in here is subject, and eaten, being eaten, being verb. Look, it's this is the active voice, and here is passive voice. And then its formula of active and passive voice. Simple present tense have the formula subject verb 1 plus object. The passive voice object to be am is are in simple present tense, and use verb 3 by object or pronoun. Kemudian and then simple past tense subject. Here use verb 2 plus object, and in passive voice to be here is was or were because it's past tense, and plus verb 3. Simple future tense subject plus shall or will plus verb 1 plus object, and here shall, will plus be. In passive voice we include be. And then verb 3, all tense in passive voice is use verb 3. And then present continuous tense like this too, but like this, but we use ing after verb 1. And here we like this too, like the simple present, but we use plus being after to be. And then present perfect tense, we use have or has in the present perfect tense, and the verb is verb 3. And then passive voice, after to be we use been plus been, have or has been. Past perfect tense, we use had and plus verb 3. In here, we use had to but plus been in passive voice. And then future perfect tense, we use shall or will plus have plus verb 3. And like this too, we use been. Okay, this is the example for active voice and passive voice. Present simple, I make a cake. The passive voice is a cake is made. Present continuous, active voice, I'm making a cake. Passive voice, a cake is being made. And then past simple, I made a cake. Passive voice, a cake was made. Past continuous, I was making a cake. A cake was being made. Present perfect, I have made a cake. A cake has been made. Past perfect, I had made a cake. Passive voice, a cake had been made. Future simple, I will make a cake. A cake will be made. Future be going to, I'm going to make a cake. A cake is going to be made. Model, I must make a cake. A cake must be made. Model perfect, I should have made a cake. A cake should have been made. Another example, passive to active voice. In here, the passive voice, the state is being visited by hundreds of tourists every year, and the active voice, hundreds of tourists visit the state every year. These books had been left in the classroom by a careless student. A careless student had left these books in the classroom. It's the active voice. And then the passive voice, the house had been broken into by someone while the owners were on vacation. The active voice, someone broke into the house while the owners were on vacation. And here example for active to passive voice. Children cannot open these bottles easily. The passive voice, these bottles cannot be easily opened by children. Active voice, Mr. Ross broke the antique vase as he walked through the store. And the passive voice, the antique vase was broken by Mr. Ross as he walked through the store. Active voice here, the construction workers are making street repairs all month long. And the passive, street repairs are being made by the construction workers all month long. When to use passive voice? Use the passive voice in the following situation. First, use passive voice when you don't know or don't want to reveal the performer of an action. And the second, use passive voice when you want to emphasize the receiver of an action. Usually, people use active voice because it's more more use than passive voice. When do you use passive voice? Example, when awkward passive, my bicycle was repainted by John. Deliberate passive, my bicycle was repainted. The performer is not mentioned and the emphasis is on the bicycle. Okay, this is the last. Thank you. I'm sorry if I have a mistaken when I'm presentation. Thank you.